Howdy everybody, this is my Booktube Newbie 2.0 tag, which I saw over at Mark's channel on Book Time with Ellis, and I want to thank Mark for mentioning me there. This is, I guess Steve Donahue and I had a discussion last weekend where Steve mentioned that there are multiple versions of the Booktube Newbie tag, for newbies, and then again for newbies who've been around for a while, and then for people who aren't really newbies anymore or whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but I never bothered to look up any of these tags that he and I discussed. But it looks like Mark just made up a new one or was inspired to by Aaron Facer. I'll leave links down below for all that sort of thing. But I'm just going to go through the BookTube Newbie 2.0 tag questions here one at a time. And these are some very thoughtful questions. So I don't know how well I'm going to do with this one. Number one, what genres would you like to see talked about more on BookTube? In terms of genres on BookTube, my favorite genre, and it doesn't matter if it's a movie or a TV show or a book, but my favorite genre is the courtroom thriller or the legal thriller. And I don't see a lot of discussion of stuff by Scott Turow, for example, or even Michael Connelly, who writes the Lincoln Lawyer series, or even John Grisham, although John Grisham's apparently still very popular. But, in terms of genres that I'd like to see more coverage on BookTube, that would be the one. And I guess, I should probably read some legal thrillers and make some videos about that. Be the change you want to see in the world, right? Number two, what do you feel is the best way to make friends on BookTube? I've got a two-part answer to that. Number one is to be authentic. There are people on BookTube who are putting on a show, okay? And I guess I do that too. But, this is me. I turn the camera on and I talk. And that's kind of the approach that Steve takes too. But I mean, you're just getting pure, unadulterated, unfiltered Randy Ray here. So, I might be a little larger in life than in these videos. I might be a little larger than life in these videos, or larger than life than I am in real life, but probably not much. I'm by nature a pretty loud person. But the advantage of being authentic when you're making YouTube videos or BookTube videos is that the audience that you find, that's your tribe. These are the people that like what you have to offer, not some fake version of yourself that you're selling. So that'd be number one. Actually, I've got a three-part answer to that. Number two is to comment a lot and participate in discussions, especially anytime you see somebody live streaming. I've found that the amount of actual interaction that I have with people in the comments field is a lot more vibrant when there's a live stream going on than just leaving comments in regular videos. So, and then the other thing is to participate in the various BookTube events and comment on those and use the hashtags and respond to people's videos and that sort of thing. So. Number three, what do you enjoy the most about making BookTube videos? For me, and I'm just a dork this way, I guess, but I like watching the numbers and figuring out which kind of content performs better than the other kind of content. That's really fun about making BookTube videos. Also, just sitting here talking is pretty fun too, because I've gotten used to the sound of my own voice. I don't feel funny watching myself on video anymore. And, I'm just a turn the phone on and start talking kind of guy. That's how I do it. Number four, what do you least look forward to when making BookTube videos? I turn the camera on, I talk, I post the video. None of it's a big deal. I don't know that there's any aspect of it that's my least favorite. So yeah, I don't know that I really have a very good answer for that one. Number five, what videos, other than tags, TBRs, wrap-ups, reviews, and recommendations, would you want to see more of? I like response videos. I like those. Those are always interesting to me. I also like bookshelf tours. Those are fun videos to watch. I don't know that anybody does BroTube Watch other than Steve Donahue, but I really enjoy those. Those are entertaining. I'd love it if more people did those. There are all kinds of weird videos about various reading goals and approaches to reading where people make things way more complicated than they are. I was in a live discussion not too long ago where they were making some gentle fun of a fairly large booktuber who posts videos with titles like How to Read Shakespeare or How to Read Charles Dickens or How to Read War and Peace or whatever. And one of the people involved in the discussion that night said, start with word one, proceed accordingly, which I thought was hysterical because, yeah, for most authors, that's all there is to it, but yeah, I love to see people pick on some of these pretentious guys who do some weird stuff. Number 6, what are some themes you want to see more of or less of in books? I don't know that I have a good answer for that one either. I like heartwarming books. And so I would, but they have to be really well done. And I think Frederick Backman does a really good job of making heartwarming, inspirational, Ted Lasso feeling kind of books. But I've also seen that done very poorly too. So if it's done well, I would like to see more, I don't want pablum. I don't want to sit around and read It's a Wonderful Life over and over again repeatedly. But I do like stuff that's a little less cynical. And, the world's become a really cynical place. So yeah, I would that's not necessarily a theme. I think it's more of an attitude, but I would certainly like to see less cynicism and a little more, warm humanism or whatever you want to call it. Number 7, what are some of your BookTube goals? Well, right now, I just hit 500 subscribers and I just hit 101 videos, but actually I'm up to 575 subscribers. So I guess my immediate goal is to get to 600 subscribers. That's like a really short-term goal. And I also want to continue my streak of posting a video every day, which I've done almost 30 days in a row now. And my approach used to be, I thought the template was set by Steve Donahue that, I thought the approach was you make 4 or 5 videos a day until you've got 6,000 videos and 15,000 subscribers or 14,000 subscribers or whatever the number is. And I can make 3 or 4 videos a day, maybe even 5. But once I've done that 2 or 3 days in a row, I get really burnt out and take some time off. And I'd be much better off just posting a video every day, which is what I'm trying to do now. So I don't know how long I want to continue that streak, but I definitely want to continue it because this pace is real comfortable for me and it's good for me to have something to do every day on a daily basis. Number 8, what advice would you give to a booktuber that has just created their channel? Well, my advice would be, don't stress out about being a perfectionist. You don't need terrific thumbnails, although if you like making thumbnails, that's great, but it's not something that's necessary to participate in the BookTube community. Be authentic, be yourself. You don't have to come up with some persona, although you can if you want to, but I think it's probably going to be more fun for you and for the people watching your channel, if you're approaching it as yourself. So that'd be the advice that I would give. Number 9, what are some qualities or traits that you look for when it comes to watching other booktubers? Qualities or traits. Well, okay, so I have a theme running through this video. Authenticity. You can tell when someone's being authentic or not. So that's one of the things that I look for when it comes to watching other booktubers. I'm like anybody else too. I like to watch booktubers that I find engaging. If they're interesting and hold my attention, they're interesting and hold my attention. Some people just don't. Some people just aren't my cup of tea. And believe it or not, I know y'all are going to have a lot of trouble with this. I'm not everybody's cup of tea either. And I've finally gotten okay with that. I had to get old first. Number 10, what is a fun fact about you or a hobby besides reading and writing that people on BookTube might not know you have? Okay, so I was a department store Santa Claus when I was young and thin, and I was a 2-3 pillow Santa at the time. I don't play Santa Claus in department stores anymore, but if I did, I wouldn't need any pillows at all. So, but that was a sort of side hustle that I had when I was younger. I also had a side hustle as a clown. This was, of course, before the beard. I was very young at the time. And, I had a great big blue bow tie with white polka dots and clown makeup and a yellow Dick Tracy hat and a red vest and a white shirt and a squirting flower. It didn't squirt acid like the Joker. It just had water in it, but it was a lot of fun. And so also I'm a remarkably good juggler, which most people don't know about me because I don't mention it very much anymore. But I don't juggle much anymore either like I used to. And number 11, which booktubers do you tag? If you're watching this video, you're tagged. And that's what I've got for you today. So Randy L. Ray, the literate Texan here at Driftwood Ranch, signing out. And this is a fun video to make. It's a fun bunch of questions to answer. So this was the BookTube Newbie 2.0 tag from Book Time with Elvis. And all those details will be down in the description below. Thanks for watching.